Hey everybody. So in this video, I want to take a look at the PowerCon exclusive Animal Warriors of the Kingdom Tanger figure. Or is it Tanger? I'm not sure. So it could be Tanger for like orangutan, or it could be Tanger for tangerine. I feel like Tanger kind of rolls off the tongue a little better. I don't know. But this figure arrived today. It is a PowerCon exclusive, and I don't think PowerCon has technically started yet. Today is Thursday, the day before PowerCon officially launches. Unfortunately, I cannot go to PowerCon. I would have loved to be able to go, but I am a teacher. I have been off for the summer, and I go back to work Monday. So I knew that, one, I would not be in, very high energy on Monday to go back to work after a couple months off. But also, I feel like I probably would not enjoy PowerCon as much as I, really wanted to, with kind of that hanging over my head, having to go back to work. So I just decided, you know what, I'm not going to, put myself through that. I will enjoy all the coverage online and, just kind of stay in touch with a couple people that I know who are going. And I'm sure everybody will have a fantastic time. I have been to the convention center in Columbus, Ohio, where PowerCon is occurring. And I will say it's a pretty impressive convention center. It's definitely a small, city. It's not, big by any means. But I did have a fantastic time visiting the Big Fun toy store that's in Columbus. It's, I want to say it's like 4 or 5 blocks from the convention center. So it's a very easy walk from the Columbus Convention Center to Big Fun Toys. And for any of you going to PowerCon, I would highly recommend a visit to Big Fun Toys. It's a small little store, but they pack tons of awesome toys, vintage and new, into that place. So going back to this amazing Animal Warriors of the Kingdom figure, I was a little bit on the fence at first. Not that I didn't want the figure, but this figure was, I believe, $100 on Big Bad Toy Store. And when it first went up, I hesitated. I was like, $100. I know it's a deluxe figure. I know it's a PowerCon exclusive, but I just could not bring myself to pay the $100 for it. And then it sold out, and then I was like, all right, that's fine. Then I found out later that there was actually going to be a PowerCon website selling the exclusives. And if you have been keeping up with my channel, if you watched any of my other AWOK videos, you know that I absolutely love the Animal Warriors of the Kingdom toy line. I backed the Kickstarter. I have tons and tons of figures. I don't have quite all of them, but I have pretty darn close to all of them. They are amazing. The weapons and other accessories and armor works great with other 6-inch toy lines. Just a fantastic set of figures. So when I saw that there was a PowerCon website where I could buy this figure and it was only $60 and I think shipping was like $14 or $15, I jumped on it. And he showed up today. I kind of can't believe that I got this figure before PowerCon even begins. It's pretty awesome. I'm very excited. So here's the front. Here's the back. Let's see. It does say Tangerine Nightmare. So maybe it is Tanger instead of Tanger. Tangerine Nightmare. Sure. Why not? So, interestingly enough, we get a slip cover, very reminiscent of the Super 7 Ultimates. So, if I can get it off, it's very tight. And, bam! There is Tanger. And he is a big orange boy. So, I think he's pretty much just a repaint of Thane. Thane is the big gorilla. We have got I think this is the same exact description that was on the back of the outer slipcover. So you can pause and read that. But yeah, same description. You know, some artwork on both sides. And let's get this guy open because I cannot wait to get him in hand, and I cannot wait to do some comparisons. All right, so very often with Animal Warriors of the Kingdom, we get some stuff taped to the back of the packaging. So just be careful when you buy these toys. Do not forget that you often will have things taped to the back, like his alternate hands. So his alternate hands are taped to the back cardboard of the packaging. And these, I guess, are going to be the kind of displayed hands. So big orange, kind of reaching out to grab you hands. Very nice. And he has a very nice whip. I don't know if this is, I mean, I'm assuming it's not actually made of leather, but it feels like a leather whip. You know, it's not like a bendy wire. It's like leather. I mean, it feels like a leather whip. I don't know if I can, like, you know, like get it to crack like, you know, like Indiana Jones, but very, very nice whip. If you don't know why he comes with this, you'll know pretty soon. But I think a lot of people know what's happening here. So, looking at him in the plastic prison, we have an alternate head, we have two fists, and we have a giant axe. I believe this is might be the exact same axe that comes with Thane. We'll take a look there. One fist already came out, which was nice and convenient. The other one doesn't want to come out. And then we do need to cut, I almost said Thane, we need to cut Tanger out of the package here. So let me get him cut out. We've got a couple plastic ties. Let's see, we've got one around the waist, we've got one around each arm, and we've got one around the head. I think that's it. I don't see any around the feet. All right, he was really in there, but now we got him. So just like Thane, he's very thick, very heavy, but very top heavy. Okay, so he's making a liar out of me. He stands so much easier and so much better than Thane. So just, you know, just for the heck of it here. Yeah, wow. Okay, so he, I don't know if they made a couple changes there, but he is a lot more stable than Thane. I've already had Thane fall over once on my shelf. And yeah, he took a couple guys out, that's for sure. So Thane is not quite as stable. But yeah, I mean, the overall body is the same. Looks like, yeah, I think the armor is the same. Just everything's repainted. So he's basically, you know, and very often convention exclusives, they're just repaints of, you know, the main figure. And then even the alternate head that comes with Tanger is a repaint of Thane's alternate head. You know, he's got the orange skin, and then, like, the armor is, like, the maroon instead of the metallic red and blue. And then his hammer. So Tanger's hammer is all basically black. So it's like a charcoal black. And then Thane has blue wrappings and then kind of more of a metallic silver. So Tanger is, you know, obviously his fur color, I guess you can call it, is just all orange. Which is interesting because even like his chest, you would think like his chest skin would be like the color that's on his face. And I don't know, let me look at the packaging. Is that like maybe like an error? Nope. It just, I guess so. His whole body is supposed to be orange, and then just his face is white. So yeah, there you go. We've got our repaint of Thane, and I am fine with that because that's what this guy was always marketed as. And at least he seems to be standing much better. So we've got the fist. I already showed you the hammer. which is it's heavy. It's, you know, the hammer is pretty much as tall as a regular 6-inch figure. Now, I'm not going to swap out the heads, okay? So you already saw that I posed Thane with his alternate head. I'm not going to pose Tanger with the alternate head. And what I'm going to actually do here is I am going to take the armor off of Tanger here for a couple reasons. So, I guess I can probably do this on camera because I just want you to all see how easy this is if I can get the hand off. It's just kind of hard to grip the hand because the armor kind of gets in the way a little bit. There we go, as I hit him, hit him on the wall. So that piece comes off. This piece is glued on, so that's not going to come off. And then if you take off his head, this comes off. And then you got to take off his other hand. Let me do it off camera this time so I don't bash his head into the wall again. But yeah, the hands come off pretty easy. It's just they have a bigger peg because they're thicker hands. And then I don't know. I don't think the leg armor is meant to come off. It does feel like a separate piece, so you could probably get it off if you really wanted to. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one gripping hand back on, and then I'm going to put the display, like the open, going to get you hand on the other side. Yeah, and you know, it's a little tough to get the hands on, not so much because they're hard to do, but because they're just thicker pegs, because he's a big boy. Now, I'm not going to really go over all the articulation because I've already done that with Thane, and it's it's the same figure, and then, like I said, he's just a little bit more stable than Thane is. So, if you want to watch my video and go to the part where I go over the articulation with Thane, the articulation on these figures is great, but the big boys, you know, they're just, I wouldn't say limited, they're just not quite as dynamic as the regular size figures because they are just a little bit more top heavy, and yeah, but he's still, you know, he definitely stands better than Thane, I'll tell you that much. So there is Tanger without any armor, at least with the armor removed that's easy to remove. This is definitely glued on and not going anywhere. The leg armor, I feel like you might be able to remove, but it's going to be a lot more work. You're going to have to heat parts up. You're going to have to try to get, you know, the feet or the legs off. Personally, I don't think it's worth it. I think he looks fine like this. So, let's do some comparisons. Starting off with one of my favorite figures from Wave 2, which is Lexion. And I just kind of love this figure, and I wanted to bring him back out just to do a comparison with a regular, kind of normal 6-inch AWOK figure. Then, comparison we absolutely have to do, this is the Feral Beastie. So, this is, you know, obviously the two orange boys. And, you know, these guys could definitely be, you know, I mean, I don't know the backstory on Tanger. I guess he is supposed to be a bad guy, and Feral Beastie is too, so they could be cousins, they could be best friends. I don't know what they are, but they, to me, are the Orange Boys. They kind of actually make me think of Bulk and Skull from Power Rangers. But they look so cool together. Just look at that. Like, I mean, that's awesome. You can't beat that. But if we go ahead and get him to hold his whip, right? So he comes with this whip. And you might be thinking, well, geez, why does this, you know, big old orange gorilla guy come with this whip? Well, I think we all know the inspiration for Tanger, and it is Beastman. So, if we take a look here, and actually if I... So this is the Origins Beastman, because I certainly don't have a vintage one. And I'm taking off his front armor. this is probably why, now that I think about it, he doesn't have the, like his chest and abs are not a different color like they are on Thane, because Beastman's are not a different color. So I think we can see now the similarities, right? So we've got orange, we've got the white face with the blue, we've got the gold belt, we've got the blue trunks. So there you go. Tanger, he's not just a big orange gorilla for Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. He is a Masters of the Universe Beastman, in honor of Beastman, we'll call it. So there is Tanger next to Origins Beastman, and here is Tanger next to Masterverse Beastman. So these two look like they could really get into some trouble. So very, very cool looking. It's funny because I just picked this guy up, and then like Tanger probably weighs at least twice as much as this Beastman figure, and I thought the Beastman figure was big. But yeah, you can absolutely see just how cool these guys look next to each other. Tanger is just so big and thick, and then, Beastman, again, with the orange and the blues. Again, let's put Feral Beastie here in the middle. That's a lot of orange. It's a nice little smattering of blue, and they're ready for battle. I mean, they look freaking awesome. So there you go, the PowerCon AWOK exclusive Tanger figure. Very fun, very cool. If you do want this figure, hopefully you're able to get him for less than $100, as I feel like that was a bit much there on Big Bad Toy Store. But hey, that word exclusive, it does wild and crazy things to a toy collector. But yeah, if you like this figure, please check out my other Animal Warriors of the Kingdom videos. I would really appreciate it. I am telling you right now, that is going to be the toy line of the year for me. The figures are absolutely incredible, and the versatility of going with other toy lines just cannot be beat. So feel free to check those out. Have a great day, and if you're going to PowerCon, have a lot of fun. Thanks, and have a good one.